Hey girl, I know you've been called to elevate, so let's do it together. Welcome to the Summer I Invested in Myself, episode 2. We don't have a Poppy or Olipop today, but I was lucky enough for Cirkul to send me some products. First of all, they sent me this cute pink cup, and then they sent me a bunch of different products, a bunch of different flavors and everything like that. So thank you to Cirkul for sending me some products. If you don't know what Cirkul water bottle is, it's basically you get to fill up your water and they send you these different flavored package and you just change it out as regularly as needed or when the flavor goes out, and you're basically just drinking flavored water. So get your water in, but make sure it's flavored. If you would like to purchase some Cirkul, click that link in my description for 35% off your order. Let's get into today's episode. To get comfortable, y'all already know the dealio. I've put this video off so long, y'all. Today's episode is about how I found Jesus. I think that's the first step to any glow up, honestly. It's just changing your mindset and holding yourself accountable and just being around such amazing people that'll hold you accountable as well. For me, I always kind of knew who Jesus was. I always kind of knew who God was. Actually, I'm not going to say I knew who they were. I always believed that there was a God. No matter what anyone would have told me, I always believed that there was a God, but I just necessarily didn't have a relationship with God, with Jesus at all. I would always have Bible studies. I would always learn something from these things, but I would not carry them onto my regular life. Like as soon as I closed the Bible, like I was like, oh, okay, cool, continue on my daily life. That's not a way to live, and that's not really knowing Jesus and following Jesus's law and commandments and all of that. So I'm kind of just gonna tell y'all how I found Jesus, the amazing things he's done in my life, what he's taught me, the struggles and all the battles. For anyone wondering, like, this is not an easy journey at all. Completely having to deny yourself, deny your flesh, deny what you want to do for what is right and what Jesus wants. Literally so hard, and sometimes it's heartbreaking changing from like, okay, I really want to do this to like, no, I can't do this anymore. Like, it's not what Jesus wants for me, and then having to follow him. It's like completely denying yourself, and I still struggle every day with like denying myself and just being like, okay, this is what Jesus wants me to do. It's a very hard journey, and no one said it's going to be easy, but it is a very beautiful journey as well. It's a hard, beautiful journey. Jesus is always working. I am just in awe of his like gracefulness and his glory, and I could literally talk about him all day, every day. I could talk about Jesus, but I do just want to keep it real and be honest, because it was the week before last, actually. I was literally so angry at Jesus. I was mad at God. I was mad at the world. I had so much anger in my heart. I was completely ready to give up the journey and just do what I wanted to do. I was ready to ignore God and do what I wanted to do. I was just going through it. I was sad, I was hurt, I was emotional, I was angry, and I just had all these different emotions in my heart. I was like completely ready to be done with God. Felt like that for like 3 days straight. I didn't pick up my Bible. I prayed, but like I didn't think anything of the prayers. Like I didn't think anything would change. Sunday rolls around and mom was like, come on, we're about to go to church. And I'm like, no, I'm not going. Like I genuinely don't want to go to church. She's like, oh, but you're going. And so she made me get up and go to church. As soon as we walked in, y'all, the worshiper was like, if you came in here with a burden, this song is for you. And he started singing, and usually I sing along in our worship, and I was like, okay, whatever. Literally that whole service was for me, y'all. If you have any burden or anything on your heart, like any sadness, any anger, I will link that video down below so you can go watch that as well, because it really helped me that whole service. They always give us 3 points. Today he was like, today we're going to talk about anger, and I was like, excuse me? We started talking about anger. The more he's talking and like the more I got through church, like the lighter my heart felt. And y'all, I kid you not, like as soon as I walked out of church that day, I was ready to become a whole new person. I was ready to give it all up for God. I was back to, okay, I need Jesus in this lifetime. Jesus never promised it would be easy, but he promised he would be with me through every single hardship and every single day of my life. I'm all over the place just because I'm really in awe. Like I can feel the feeling again of like how easy and lightweight I walked out of that church. It's really just amazing. I could sit here and talk about it all day, but I do want to just get into how to find Jesus, how to follow Jesus. For one, something I didn't think was huge and necessary, but it really is necessary, is community and good friends and just who you surround yourself with. I'm telling y'all, just in April, I was partying, what all this stuff. I was completely ignoring like everything Jesus was saying. With Jesus or not, I was doing stuff that I completely never do. If you go back and watch my last weekly vlog, I kind of talked about like how I was kind of going through it, and I was going to parties and stuff that I never do before I fully knew Jesus. Jesus, I still was never a party girl. Circumstances I was going through, I was just completely not myself. I was doing all these things, but I was still hanging out with the people that I would go party with. And you really never know how deep and how good and how much fun you can have when you're around the right people, without the drinking, without the party. I've met so many good friends through church, people who pray for me. Like, if you pray for me, you are a top tier friend. Prayer is so powerful, and for you to do that for me, like, you're literally a top tier friend. There's so many people that pray for me. There's so many sweet people that I just walk into the church and they're just like like hugs and getting to know and like smiles, and like everyone is just so sweet. I've even rekindled friendships that God made me wait for because I just didn't know him yet. Tiffany, if you're watching this, hey girl. But we've gotten so close. That's the definition of God will make you wait until you're ready. Now we are just such good friends, and she prays for me and she guides me into the right direction with no judgment. I can tell her literally every part of my life and she will not judge me at all, but she will guide me into what she thinks God would do in that situation. And that is just so wholesome to me. That alone, just being around good people, uplifting and happy spirited people that do know Jesus. Like, now I'm getting to know Jesus and I'm making so many good friends during the process. So definitely community. I didn't think community was so important, but I see why it's important now, because even when you're struggling, they're there to pray for you. When you're in a deep depression or when you're just going through it, your mind is not right, you're not really sure what to do, and your friends are there to guide you and steer you in the right direction through Jesus. And I think that is just so beautiful, and I think that is something that everyone needs. Without the community that I have now and like the church, I don't think I would be where I am right now. And that's just something that has really opened my eyes these last couple of months. I have really been open to like who I'm giving my time to, who I'm hanging around, and everything's a journey. I'm not saying like you just can't hang around sinners or people who still mess up, because I still mess up to this day. But I think when you are so focused on like bettering yourself, when you're so focused on Jesus, you need little to no distraction. When you're still lukewarm and you're still really trying to get there, anyone you hang around can stunt that growth. Yes, Jesus is a forgiving Jesus, but I don't think anyone should lead you to sin. Once you give anyone the time of day, they can easily take that away from you. So I think it's so important to be around good, like-minded people who are also following Jesus during this time, because it really is hard. And if I'm being honest, I just called myself out because I have been distracted recently, so I need to get back on track. First of all, I got a new Bible. I used to have the teen Bible, but I got the She Reads Truth Bible, and I absolutely love this Bible, y'all. It's basically an adult Bible, but it's so easy to read, so easy to understand. With every chapter, every book, it gives you a Bible study and how you can study it. But then it also gives you like the timeline. It gives you enough space to write down some notes. It even gives you like how you can really understand it. So say if you're reading Genesis 1-3, it gives you like a going deeper part of that, which is John 1 and Romans 16. Basically, it just gives you a better understanding throughout different books. I got this off of Amazon. I will actually link this down below as well so that y'all can shop this if y'all want to. I got the tabs off of Amazon as well, and it gives you like little backstory, some little side stories for like women's struggles and all of that, because it's the She Reads Truth Bible. I wanted to film an unboxing when I did it, but I was literally so excited. You can definitely follow my TikTok though. I did a whole video of me unboxing it on TikTok. I did upgrade my Bible and I feel very bougie with her. Anything makes my heart happy, and getting a new Bible and just another step to take this very serious. But you don't need a new Bible to start with Jesus. All it takes is prayer. Also been coming to the realization that if you don't know Emmy Moore, she has this shirt that says faith over feelings, and I just want to go deeper into that. A lot of people don't really understand the meaning of that, and I think I have really come to understand the meaning of that. So basically, no matter what life looks like, no matter what life feels like, no matter what you yourself wants to do in your life, no matter depression, anxiety, your faith overweighs all of that as little as a mustard seed, y'all. It's not nothing crazy big faith, just a little bit of faith. Like, even if I feel like Jesus isn't there anymore, he is near. Like, he is near the brokenhearted. He is near the people who feel so distant. He is literally near in the quiet times. The people who don't feel Jesus, he is so close to you. Your feelings, your heart is deceitful. And I just want to let y'all know, if you don't know where to start, all you have to do is pray. Just talk to him. And some people are like, I don't really know how to pray. He's literally one of your best friends. Talk to him like he's one of your best friends. Promise you, I'm driving down the street and the song will go off and I'm like, oh my gosh, that really spoke to me. Thank you, Jesus. It's just little stuff like that, just talking to him throughout your day, like, oh, thank you, Jesus, for this food. Thank you so much, God, for like this wonderful environment that I get to work in. Just being grateful and acknowledging Jesus in every single situation. I've been doing something where I actually get on the side of my bed at night and I get down on my hands and knees and I pray, because you need to be in a quiet place. You need to be alone. It needs to be quiet. It needs to be calming, and you just need to talk to him. I just sit there and I pray and I thank God, and then I just go into like the desires of my heart and I'm just asking God for guidance on different things. There's numerous ways to pray and there's not a right way to pray at all. Just talking to him, acknowledging him, and bringing him into your environment. But honestly, something as simple as just changing the music I listen to. I do not listen to any secular music anymore. Like, I had to let my girl Megan Thee Stallion go. Even just riding down the street and I'm listening to uplifting music, I'm like, oh my gosh, like Jesus is so good. Like, life is so good when you have Jesus in your corner and when you know him and you know his grace, and when you're just hopeful and you believe in him and you know that he will come through for you. Being hopeful for me has just changed my life so much, because I'm just like, anything can happen tomorrow. Any like big thing can happen for me tomorrow through Jesus, and that's just so exciting. And that's just like, oh my gosh, like even just waking up and living another day, like breath in my lungs, that's Jesus. Be hopeful in what he can do and what he's going to do for you. Just remember that either way you win with Jesus. Like, his rejection is his protection. Jesus always has a plan, and his no right now may mean a yes in the future. He will never fail you with his plans, and I think that's just so beautiful and so loving and so kind. That's just where I'm at with Jesus. I'm like, either way it goes, I win. So things like prayer, a good community, changing the music I listen to, quiet time with Jesus, and being hopeful have literally helped me so much with becoming the woman of God that I am. That's just where I'm at, y'all. I'm just loving Jesus and he's loving me, and we're just in this thing together. And like I said earlier, everything is a journey. Don't be hard on yourself if you don't, have everything figured out. You don't have to have everything figured out to start. I thought I needed to be baptized to be made new, but literally I'm made new today because I accepted Jesus into my heart, and he's mending me and he's making me new. To sum it all up, this is what has helped me get closer to Jesus: a good community and actually going to church, changing the music I listen to, prayer, talking to God, acknowledging God, being more hopeful in every single situation, just hoping and praying and thanking Jesus. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're either with Jesus or you're in the world, and there's no in between. It's definitely a hard journey. I'm not saying it's not hard, but it's a hard and beautiful journey, and I'm so excited to see what all he has in store for me and you. So this is just my personal journey and how I've gotten close to Jesus and some things I've learned. I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all next week for the summer I invested in myself, episode 3. And yeah, bye. My leg is literally asleep. All right, cut.